do 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 do
No, this is my fourth time in Dubai. Um, how do I find Dubai? It's great. I love playing here. I haven't got to go play around it at all in like Beirut and Oman and other places. So I always like coming here because I always find that you get your fans that come from other places to come see you that wouldn't usually get to see you. And obviously there's a lot of English people here too, but which is nice. But I can play for English people in England as well. But this is no, I like it here definitely. My friend Mirwais was the first one. He produced like Madonna, like which one, Music and Don't Tell Me, and then also I have a friend in Los Angeles named Hani El Khatib, who's actually like a rock and roll guy, but he's Palestinian, and we've talked about the music together. He sings in English though, so I don't know if that really answers your question. Well, I've really got to work with some of my favorite artists at this point. So, I mean, it's really Stevie Wonder was the one that I thought he's kind of my biggest musical hero and the person that I sort of look up to the most. And I mean, to say I enjoy his music is probably an understatement. Like I listen to it like every day. But the fact that he played on the new album is really kind of blows my mind. But there's so many great people. But I also like the idea of discovering new talent is just as exciting to me than kind of working with a superstar. So on this album, I took a road trip of driving through the deep south of America, of the U.S., going up the Mississippi River, and we went. Jeff Basker, who produced the album, and we went on this mission to find a singer, and we went to all these churches and bars, because churches are where a lot of the great singers come from in the South, and we discovered this young girl named Kiane, and I love the idea of finding and making music with new artists as well. It's hard to say because when you've been working on something for so long, some of the stuff. It's almost like I have to take a little bit of a break from listening to it because you're so you don't want to get to the point where you're so sick of it you never want to hear it again. But I think that I love Summer Breaking, and that was the song that really started the whole process of this album. When I wrote that song, it gave me the idea to write a letter to my favorite author, this author Michael Chabon, to write the lyrics because the music had a atmosphere and a thing that I wanted some different kind of lyrics. And I love I Can't Lose, and I really do love all the songs. Like this is my favorite album that I've made, but it's hard to say which is a favorite. Let's say Summer Breaking. That's easy. There's How did we come up with Uptown Funk formula? There was no it was no formula. Obviously a good formula is working with enormously talented people like Bruno Mars and Phil and Jeff Basker on that song, but I don't think we ever predicted or I could have known it was going to be like a hit like this. We just we wrote this song just like you're kind of jamming, playing instruments in a room with your friends, and we all worked very hard on it for 6-7 months to finish it, but it was I can't believe the life that it's taken on. So I would never try and replicate this song because this song came from such a fun, kind of honest place that anytime you try and kind of copy it, it's never gonna really work. But I guess the lesson would be to just make the best music I can that feels honest and genuine to me, and that's what Uptown Funk was. I don't know. I think that there's a certain amount of drive, and you have to work harder. That's something that I've always like kind of done, whether I was successful or not. But I think you have to you have to work hard to stay inspired, and I also think you have to not try and follow anybody's trends, because the most successful things I've ever worked on, like Amy Winehouse or Bruno or this album, they don't sound like anything else on the radio at the time when they came out. So they're really about just what we wanted to do. And, you know, you're not always going to have a big hit when you do stuff like that, but you definitely have a chance to stand out from everybody else. You want to see, can you see the desserts, the cookies? They're very nice. I would give you one if you could, you know, Skype. If I could Skype you a strawberry macaroon, but I can't. Well, my wife is she DJs a little bit, but mainly she's a musician, and she has a band with her brother, and you know they're great. And I worked together with her a little bit on her last album, and you know she's definitely the most important critic that I have. I trust her, and with my sister, yeah, she's also a musician and a DJ, and you know we used to DJ together all the time when we both lived in New York, and you know I like working with her. I think just like the great thing is it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can sort of put out your music now and everybody can hear it. So I think just like if you're young and you're just starting to make music, like, you know, put up all your stuff on SoundCloud or wherever it is. You know, eventually if it's good, I think people will discover it. You know, one easy way to get attention is kind of making remixes of songs that maybe are already big, because that's a good way to like people to kind of accidentally find your stuff. And just like be true to yourself and make good music. Don't try and follow any trends or try and sound like anyone else. Just like follow your own voice. I just want to thank all of my Arabic fans and everybody that downloaded or supported or listened to Uptown Funk, and please check out the album Uptown Special, and I hope you like it, and I hope I get to play a show sometime soon.